Alright guys, we're now to our third and final rhythm lesson. And in this lesson we're going to talk about bringing all of the things together and finding our groove. Now in musical terms, a lot of times the one thing that really separates a pretty good band from a great band is being able to be very tight on their rhythms and accents together. Usually this starts with the drums and the bass getting into sync, and a lot of times that's called getting in the pocket. And what getting in the pocket means is that the drummer and the bassist are playing the same rhythms, they're accenting the same rhythms, so that they're really working together as a team. And so when those two lay down the pocket, then what you have is all of the other rhythm instruments like the piano or acoustic or electric guitars layer in over that and kind of match what accents and what stresses are there. And what we can do as a band to get better is to understand the pocket or the groove of a song and really work on laying down a consistent groove every time we play the song so that everyone knows these are the accents, we all accent them together, and you will be surprised at how much of a difference that can make in our music. So let me give you a couple of examples of some different grooves of songs that we play. We'll listen to it, then I'll show you what the groove will look like on a chart that we're going to start using. That way you can see what the rhythms are, what the stresses are, and we'll talk about how to play into that with your instrument. The first song that we're going to work on is Faithful. This is set at tempo 126. And if you look here on this chart, I have some different areas set up for intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2A, verse 2B, and so on and so forth. Okay? Now, what we basically have here is a simple kind of a kick and snare approach. The notes on the bottom are the kick. And if you're a drummer, this is the beat that you're going to be playing here. Kick, kick, snare. Kick, 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 snare, kick. Okay? That's the chorus beat that we use for the intro. Let's go and listen to this chorus beat. Okay, so now you've heard the chorus beat and you see that tun tun cha tun 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 cha tun, and that just repeats. And what this little symbol is here, this means repeat the measure before it 7 more times. So if you're following along in the drums, that means you play this measure and then play that again 7 times, and that's the intro. Okay? Now when it comes to the verse, let's go down here. Let's actually go down to verse 2 because this has 2 different beats. The beginning of it is do 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 cha do cha. Then second half of the verse we get into a more solid do do cha do do cha. Let's listen to that real quickly. So as you listen to that, you are able to look along with these notes and kind of see how those are going to play out in the song. Now if you were paying close attention, you probably noticed that while the drums were doing a kick, kick, snare on the chorus, the bass is normally just playing 8th notes the whole way through. So how does the bass play into this rhythm? Well, what that comes down to is stressing different notes. You can play 8th notes straight, equal every one, ba 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 ba, or you can stress some of them, playing them just a little bit sharper, a little bit louder, ba 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 ba. Still 8th notes, but you're adding the stress in there. Let's go back and look at the music and see where we would put the stresses in these different areas. Alright, let's say that you're playing the guitar. How are we going to layer into this intro, this rhythm right here? Well, what I would do is I would play 8th notes and stress these snare beats. Jun 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 jun. Probably all down strums, since this isn't too fast of a tempo, and just doing something like that, not huge, not major, but just a little bit, will kind of tie the guitar rhythm in with what the drums are doing and what everyone else is playing here. Down here on the verse, we kind of have the same idea. We want to sort of accent the snare beats if we're on guitar. Ding, 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 ja, ding, ding, ja. And what I would probably do on the guitar is still play eighth notes. Jing, 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 ja, jing, jing, ja, jing. It's not exactly written in here. This is just showing you where to stress and where to accent. Then when we change, jing, jing, ja, jing, jing, ja. Same thing, we'll just change that first accent right there to be on beat 2 instead of beat 2 and. You guys see what I'm talking about? Now if you're on the bass, you're going to want to tie in with these bottom notes because that's where the kick is going, and you know that the bass and the kick sort of go together most of the time. So even if you're playing up here, let's say the intro, which is also the chorus, we'll look at the chorus. Even if you're playing eighths and you're playing every single one of these notes, I would accent a little bit the ones with the kick. Doon doon da doon 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 da doon, instead of doon 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 doon. Little things like that make a big difference in tying us all in together as a band and a group. Let's look at one other example. Alright, this is the chorus for Our God whenever we get past the bridge and we have that big part. And we looked at this in the last video. Doon doon cha doon doon cha. Okay? Now let's listen to this once and then we'll talk about how we can layer in here.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other, our God is healer.
Okay, so now that we listen to that, we see that this is our drum beat, kick, kick, snare, kick, kick, snare. When we're layering in with the bass, we can actually play all of these notes on the bass, but accent the ones down here. Dun dun da dun dun da dun dun da dun dun da. Something small like that can make a difference rather than playing bum 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 bum. Get what I'm saying? Same thing with guitars. We can take these snare beats and accent those. Jing jing ja jing 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 ja jing jing ja jing 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 ja jing. Even if we're playing eighth notes all the way through, we're actually not just playing straight eighths, we're playing eighths with accents that go along with what the drummer is playing. So that's what our grooves and playing in the pocket look like. What we're going to be doing is, as we learn new songs, and periodically when we have time to practice some older ones, I'll be giving you charts that look like the ones that we just saw, and those will show us what the groove is for the song. And we'll practice getting the drum beat on that groove, getting the bass guitar playing in that, getting the guitars and piano, everybody layered in. I think this will really go a long way to helping our sound. So I hope you've enjoyed these 3 videos. Definitely take time and go back over them if there are parts that you didn't quite catch on to the first time. If you have any questions, let me know. Give me a call, give me an email, text. I'd be happy to go over these things with you. It's important that everyone understands this so that we can all be speaking the same language, so that we can rehearse better and play better as a team. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.